Now after the stomach, what happens? The food moves into the small intestine. It is the last stage or the last chamber, you can say, where the digestion is completed of the human body. So it is about 7.5 meter long. So in the diagram you have seen the coiled structure. That coiled structure was the small intestine. So it is about 7.5 meter long, and it receives the secretion from the liver and the pancreas. Liver secretes the bile juice, yellowish green juice. It is the bile juice, okay, that is secreted by the liver, and it is stored in the gallbladder, that is received by the small intestine. And from the pancreas, the pancreatic juices are secreted. So what is the role of the bile juice? The role of bile juice is to digest the fat. Actually what it do, it converts the fats into emulsified fats. Then after, the pancreatic lipase is an enzyme that converts that emulsified fat into fatty acid and the glycerol. That means the last stage of fats is the fatty acid and the glycerol, the simplified form you can say it. Okay, so the liver is a reddish brown gland situated in the upper part of our abdomen, okay, and it is the largest gland of the body, so you must have to remember it. Pancreas is a large cream colored gland located just below the stomach. So it secrete what? It secrete pancreatic juices that acts on carbohydrates, fats and proteins and change them into a simpler form. Okay, so the partially digested food now reaches the lower part of the small intestine where, okay, one more thing is there. Beside the liver and the pancreas, the intestine wall or the wall of the small intestine also secrete juices called intestinal juices. These juices do what? They completely digest all the components of the food. So this one sentence is important, so pay your attention. Carbohydrate get broken into simple sugar such as glucose, fats into fatty acid and glycerol, and proteins into amino acid. So till here the digestion of the food is completed. Now what happens after that? After that the food moves into the large intestine. One more thing happens in the small intestine, that is called the absorption of the nutrients. Okay, so because our complex substances are converted into the simple substances like glucose, fatty acid and glycerol and the amino acid, what happens to them now? In the small intestine, small finger like outgrowths are there, finger like outgrowths, okay, they are called villi. They do what? They do absorption of those nutrients, and they give them into the blood vessel so that the blood vessel then carry them towards the different cell so that all the cell can use them. Okay, so why there is a need of villi, why there is a need of finger like outgrowth? The wall of the small intestine also can absorb it, but yes, what the villi do, villi increases the surface area of the absorption of the digested food. Okay, so that maximum absorption can take place, that is why there are finger like outgrowths. Okay, so the each villus has a network of thin small blood vessels close to its surface, and it absorbs the digested food material and give it to or transport it to blood vessel, and via blood vessel they move in our whole body. Okay, so this whole process is called assimilation. Okay, so assimilation is what? The absorption of the nutrient from the small intestine and their utilization by the different cell of our body is called assimilation. So in the cell, glucose breaks down with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released. Okay, so the food that remained undigested and unabsorbed then enters into the large intestine. That means in the small intestine, the whole digestion process completes. Now in the large intestine, what happens? Large intestine is wider and shorter than the small intestine. Okay, it is wider, that is why it is called the large intestine. It is about 1.5 meter in length. What is its function? Why the undigested food goes there? It goes there so that the remaining salts and some water can be reabsorbed from that undigested food material. Okay, so the remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains there as semi-solid feces. Okay, and that fecal material removed throughout the anus time to time, and this process, the removal of the feces from the anus, is called egestion. So here our digestion